Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today I want to talk to you guys about how to get Odin, Thor's father, the newest tier 2 only character, similar to the Black Order, similar to Thanos in that he ranks up using black anti-matter. Now, this video is not only going to be about how to get Odin because it's fairly straightforward, but it's also going to be some tips for these 12, 4, 5, 12, 6, 12, 7, and 12, 8 missions, which are the last and most difficult missions in the story mode Asgard War chapter. So I wanted to bundle those two ideas into one video, and also guys, I wanted to give you just a little bit of a heads up or a little bit of my first or kind of bubbling impression about Odin. Now obviously, if you saw from what I just looked at, I don't have my Odin at max rank or even max level yet, so I'm not necessarily in a position to comment on the character holistically. I can't say for sure, you know, without a doubt, yes, he's a great character, no, he's not a great character. However, judging by his skills that I've played with, judging by how much damage I did in different game modes, judging by playing him in timeline battle, because I have purposely looked for him in timeline battle using my team of Doctor Strange, Thanos, and Wasp. I have to say that based on those situations and compare that to how I felt when I was playing Doctor Strange for the first time, how I was playing Thanos for the first time, Odin is a bit underwhelming. He doesn't seem to be as broken or as kind of dominating as either Thanos or Doctor Strange. Thanos and Doctor Strange kind of dominate in different ways, but Odin seems just a step down, just, you know, a tier or half a tier down from those two characters. And given that Thanos is the, you know, most expensive character to get, given like the bio that you have to sacrifice and the black antimatter and the gold, and given that Odin is the same cost as Thanos, my initial prediction is that it's not really worth it to go for Odin. So anybody asking in the comments, should I go for Thanos or Odin? Should I go for Doctor Strange or Odin? Just drop the guy with the O. He can take an L on this one and go for either Thanos or Doctor Strange as you've been doing. Just stick to the path that you're on. And, you know, don't get distracted by the flashing lights of this new update, because unfortunately the difficulty of getting Odin is betrayed by how kind of lackluster he feels. I think I did expect more. He's a bit slow, he's a bit meandering, and his animations are cool, but there's just not enough pizzazz to them for now. But I could be wrong, so just keep that in mind, guys. But how do you get Odin? Let's start it off. When you unlock these Asgard missions after you beat Chapter 10, which I hope you've already done if you're watching my videos, you're going to go through Chapter 11, which is pretty easy breezy, and then you get over to Chapter 12, which starts to get a little bit more difficult. Now let's just have a look at how Chapter 11 and Chapter 12 differ, because this is going to bring up my first big point and my first big suggestion for you guys who are trying to clear all the way to 12.8 to get Odin. So the way that you get Odin is that you have to clear all of the missions, basically. Once you clear 12.8 once for the first time, you will get a first reward of 20 Odin bios, which will unlock the character at rank 1 with 0 mastery. And then you just have to go the regular world boss Black Order way of using your black antimatter to rank him up, using bios to level him up, if this thing would ever load. So you have to use bios to level up the hero. And then you have to use black Chaos Nordstones. You have to use Diversity Stones to master the character. So exactly the same as Thanos in terms of cost, exactly the same as all the Black Order characters, and kind of Doctor Strange in terms of the materials or the resources that you have to put in. Now, the Chapter 11 missions that you have to go through are pretty straightforward. You can see there they have the easy tag. They're level 60. You keep going through them. They start to get a little bit harder, so that goes up to level 61. Then we get over to 12.1, which starts with 62. Now, I didn't notice as much of a drop in 61, but in 62, so all of these missions here from stage 12.1 to stage 12.8, they are all level 62 missions. Now, it's not really clear what that means because we don't have level 62 characters, but what I can tell you it means from the research and the testing that I've done is that you cannot use tier 1 characters. Using tier 1 characters will grossly reduce your DPS because the defense of the enemies is just way too high. And I'll give you guys a perfect example on chapter 12:4, Snakes on the Plane. Hilarious name. Love this level. This is probably my new favorite level. I'm going to take this level on with this team right here. Wasp tier 2, Ant-Man tier 2, Yellow Jacket tier 1. Now, we're going to start this off, guys, and if you guys know these characters, Wasp tier 2 is quite good, but and so is Ant-Man, but Yellow Jacket tier 1 is definitely the DPS king of the three. I would not be surprised, you know, if Yellow Jacket could double Ant-Man's DPS. But let's have a look at their clear speed here on this level. Now, you are going to get mobbed by a lot of waves. You are going to get attacked by a lot of different enemies. So you do need to rely on characters that have iframes or some way of making themselves invulnerable. You can't just run in here with your tier 2 Daredevil and hope to stay alive for more than like a minute. So I'm abusing Wasp's shield to not get hit. Well, and I'm getting hit anyways. And also, if you have a VIP level above 2, you can switch out for a tag heal. Now, see, these numbers are somewhere around 3,000 to 5,000 per hit. Let's switch over to Yellow Jacket tier 1 and watch what happens. The numbers are now in the hundreds, and I noticed this right away when I was playing, and it's a fucking joke. So for any of you people out there who are trying to take your tier 1 characters into these last few Odin-centric missions, you might want to put the kibosh on that because it's just not going to work out for you. And this extends to basically every tier 1 character. So obviously, even a 5-star Doctor Strange will not be affected by this because he's base rank tier 2. At least that's what I think from the theory. But even an excellent tier 1 character, for example, my Sharon Rogers, has all of her gears to 20. She has a very strong obelisk. She has almost a fully awakened ISO 8 set. And she will do pathetic damage compared to someone like even Wasp or Ant-Man. I went the wrong way. But you guys can see there that the damage reduction is just insane. And I've tested it out with other characters. I've tested it out with tier 1 Sharon Rogers, who does massive damage. But even after her buff, even after getting hit for 5 seconds and triggering, you know, the best bonus damage that you could get from using her 3-star skill, she still does numbers in the hundreds, damage in the hundreds, 500, 600, 700 damage. Nowhere near the type of damage that you're getting from your tier 2 characters. So you do definitely need base tier 2 characters. Now, this level is honestly one of the more beautiful, if not the most beautiful level of the new patch, which is why I wanted to highlight it. I love this boss battle. I think this is a genius level design by Netmarble. I just love the way this looks, and the way that it plays is just very simple to like an old style arcade game. You have these red markers on the floor that tell you when bad things are going to happen, and then all you need to do is dodge those bad things or put up an iframe when the bad things are coming to dodge them in another way. So it's fairly straightforward. The only thing that really matters for these missions, not for 12.7 and 12.8. 12.7 and 12.8 are a little bit different because the bosses have piercing effects and they have like one-shot abilities. Odin does, Sutur does. Sorry if I mispronounced his name. But on these missions like this, the damage is pretty strong that the boss does, but it's not one-shottable. So all you need to do is just be consistent. The boss has a lot of health, over 1 million. So you just need to stick to your game plan and not really make any big mistakes too often, and you'll be able to clear this level. If you don't have a character with an iframe, then you're pretty much fucked. You definitely do need that. It's unfortunate that Loki didn't get his tier 2 or her tier 2 because they would be a perfect fit for this level, and it would make it very easy for noobs to just face tank. But you can do that with your tier 2 Shirog if you have one. I don't, so I can't. So I'm showing you this with Wasp, who, even for a tier 2 character, Wasp has pretty bad DPS. So this is more a test of my endurance and a test of my patience and consistency than it is using an overpowered character. I could get through this a lot faster with Doctor Strange, but I wanted to show you that it's capable with a character who, while being tier 2, is not very high DPS. I got a little bit unlucky there. Wasp has partial iframe on her 6-star, and he was doing the Rage, Frost, I don't know, Poison mouth thing. If you get in trouble and you have some VIP, you can always switch, of course. But this level just looks so beautiful. The background is amazing. The way that he shrinks and grows because of Ant-Man is really cool, and the way that he'll move around in later stages, as you'll see, is also very, very cool. But you can see there I dodged his swipe attack just by moving out of the way of the red marker. I got unlucky there. I came out of the effect too soon. But yeah, you can see there when Yellow Jacket comes in for the team up, he's doing damage in the teens. He's doing 40 to 50 damage to the boss, which is pretty embarrassing. So there you guys have it. It's about as close as it can get with that clear. I fucked up a lot talking and playing for you guys. Only a 1-star clear, but it can be done in 9 fucking minutes. Yeah, sure, I'm gonna fucking get this fatty Volstagg. Love the chub, love the fupa. But yeah, takes a lot of dedication, guys. Takes a lot of concentration and 9 fucking minutes of your playing time, but it absolutely can be done with even bad tier 2 characters with low DPS. However, keep in mind that's not going to stay the same for 12.6, 12.7, and 12.8. These last 3 chapters, the bosses have basically one-shot mechanics. I have heard a little bit of Enchantress's ability to do that on 12.5, but I didn't see it as many times in my testing. But if you don't have characters like Doctor Strange tier 2, Sharon Rogers tier 2, Thanos tier 2, you should probably just skip trying 12.6, 12.7, and 12.8 for now. I don't know of any other character who can reliably and consistently clear it without dying a lot. And when you die and you lose the mission, you lose the energy, and it's just not a good investment of your time right now. And there are so many other good things to spend your energy on in the game at the moment that just trying to clear 12.8 for your own pride just to get Odin bios that you're never going to rank up is kind of pointless to me right now. So that's kind of the PSA or the note that I wanted to make for you guys as well. If you're not going to be getting Odin to 6 stars anytime soon, why bother? I mean, I know that the Thor bios may be nice, but we're going to get like 5 million Thor bios pretty soon in this event. So if you didn't have time to rank up your Thor, you'll have time now, and you'll have the bios to boot. So yeah, if you don't have those characters, don't stress too much about clearing 12.8. As you can see, even for me with my insane cards, my max rank alliance, my tier 2 characters, it's pretty difficult to clear 12.4, and it only gets way harder from there. So I hope those tips have been helpful, guys. I hope that this has enlightened you on how to get Odin, and also whether or not you want to invest in Odin if you're someone who just got him and maybe has some black antimatter and stuff saved up. I don't regret my decision, but I'm a little bit disappointed with his strength, and I expected him to be a little bit better considering his cost, but I may be wrong in my initial impression, and he might turn out to be, you know, the next meta-breaking character. So let me know what you guys think of Odin. Let me know if you have him ranked up, mastered, and ready to go, and how he's doing for you in different game modes. And of course, guys, if you like what you see, I hope to see you again tomorrow. Press the purple button.